Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Slightly different video this time. It's not an unboxing or a tool review, but what I wanted to do was, I've recently bought a DJI Osmo action camera. Great little camera. You'll have read online thousands and thousands of reviews about them, usually comparing them to the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Both of them great cameras. The main thing with them that stands them head and shoulders above the rest is the quality of the image stabilisation, called ROCKSTEADY by the DJI Osmo Action. The reason that I got it is my previous camera, I've still got it, is this, the GITUP GIT2. Now I've had this about 3 years. And it's been a great little camera. When I got it, maybe 4 years ago or something. When I got it, it was one of the few cameras with image stabilisation on it, which was the main reason I got it, for walking around filming things. The GoPro 3 I had previously didn't have it, and it wobbled everywhere. Plus, I film a lot of the journeys in a kit car I've got on the action cams, and make a holiday Blu-ray of them later on. Now that's the main reason I got it, and I used to mount it in the most vibration proof area of the car, which will be seen shortly when I show you around the car, which is the roll bars with a roll bar mount like that. Now the reason I'm doing this video is, like I said, there's a million videos on comparing the Osmo with the GoPro and showing normal image stabilisation, and all the bike ones I've come across are all helmet mounted. Now when you mount your action cam on your helmet on a bike, your body acts as a pretty good shock absorber and vibration proofer. You will get movement obviously as your bike goes over the terrible roads of the UK and that, but vibration wise your body will damp most of them vibrations out. Well, of course I haven't got that on my kit car. It's got the most vibration proof place is the roll bars, which are where I mounted the thing. The handiest place to put it is the windscreen at the front. Now that is what I'm trying out with the GoPro. With the Osmo, I've rigged up a thing with the new Osmo twist mount, and that gets it, as you'll see shortly, it will become relevant this when you see it on the car, above the windscreen. It is like a Perspex low windscreen. I've tried it on a suction mount on top of the dashboard, but of course then you're looking through the windscreen and it isn't optically perfect being Perspex, it's not glass, so you need to be looking in mid-air. Now the GITUP isn't waterproof whatsoever, so you dare even trust it in the rain, so I used to use that in its waterproof housing here, and but of course that made the mic inoperable. GITUP did have facilities for an external mic, something that I'm hoping comes to the Osmo, but it did run great off the external mic, and I fitted it in a waterproof case that I'd cut a chunk out the side and sealed it with some silicone putty. And again, you'll see how I rigged that up. I rigged a power supply up to it and an external mic and everything, and I got some reasonable results, but it is showing its age now, and the stabilisation is nothing like as good as the Osmo. So basically that's what this test is, a test for anybody who's mounting the Osmo on a car via roll bar mounts, or stuck to either a vibrating part of the car, the dash or the windscreen or whatever. The place I've picked is the right in the middle of the windscreen at the top, which is the handiest place to control the camera, but also the worst place when it comes to vibration, because you do get a lot of vibration on that windscreen. So we'll see how it goes. If it can pass this test, you can obviously mount it anywhere on your car, and So let's see how it goes. I'll give you a bit of a walk around the car first. As I tell you, it's a 1997 GRINNALL Scorpion based around a K-series BMW bike. Weighs less than 400 kilograms. It's only 120 horse, but being so light, it goes like sting. 0 to 60 is 5 seconds. The current ones they're making with the K40 engine is 3.5 seconds. About 130 top speed, although I've not touched that yet. But yeah, it'll beat most things, apart from Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Teslas away from the lights. So not bad for a 22-year-old vehicle. So I'll show you, give you a quick look round that now, and explain the camera mounts, and then we'll get straight into the test footage. And I'll join you again for opinions and the results after that. Okay, right, a little intro to the car. This is my 1997 GRINNALL Scorpion 3, so it's 22 years old now. It's a kit car. They're made in Worcestershire. This was a factory built example, but you can buy them as a kit. They're made by a guy called Mark Grinnall, who runs a Indian motorcycle dealership down near Bewdley in Worcestershire. The cars came out round about 90, was it 92, something like that, I think. This is chassis number 99, and he's up to about number 400 at the moment. So probably about 300 maybe at the best on the road worldwide. So they're a great car to drive, handle fantastic round corners, corner just as fast as me Super Impreza that I used to have does, and my other pride and joy there, the Focus ST. So yeah, there's the ST. Okay, so just had to pause while some people went past. Yeah, where was I? I got Scorpion about 12 years ago. It's a factory built example. It was silver when I got it. I got it sprayed this colour about 10 years ago by a firm called Surface and Design, who are based in the old TVR works in Blackpool near where I live. They're all ex-TVR engineers, so they know there's nothing they don't know about spraying fiberglass. So that's TVR Chameleon Orange. We've been all over Europe in it, not all over Europe, Switzerland a couple of times, Italy, Germany, been all over the UK from the Highlands of Scotland down to Cornwall. Like I said, I've done quite a bit to it since I got it. It was silver when I got it. I've had these new wheels put on. They've gone up an inch now. I think they're 16 inch instead of the standard 15-inch ones, and a lower profile. I've had the seats reupholstered with orange piping and GRINNALL embroidery. This is the Givi top box holder. We use that when we go on long trips. That holds 2 full crash helmets, flip front crash helmets, which we use when it's raining. We don't like wearing the crash helmets, so while it's dry we don't wear them, but obviously when it starts raining it's like little needles hitting your face, so we stop and put them on. That's the boot, if you can call it that. It's limited space, but amazing how much you can cram in. We've had enough for 2 people for a 2-week Euro trip in there, with all the our trainers and that shoved right down in the tail cone inside. It's powered by a K-series BMW K1100 motorcycle engine, gearbox and rear drive. You can see the rear drive there. The bikes themselves were quite an ugly bike. If I get a picture of one, I'll put it on the video. They call it the brick engine. Bomb-proof engine, but not the best looking of the bikes, but of course you don't see it in the car. So you can tell this is an early model with the windscreen wipers are the bike ones. They're too narrow now for today's regulations, so the latest Scorpions have them in pods each side of the rear tail cone. I've had put a new rear exhaust on it. What else? New wing mirrors, various other things. There you are. That's the Scorpion. Fantastic fun to drive, as long as it's dry. So, camera-wise, like I said, the GIT2, which I filmed all the trips and try and make a little DVD out of each one. The most vibration-free place on the car is here, on this roll bar. So that's where that lived. When I did use it on the Euro trips, I rigged up this wire going to a USB power supply in the back, a 12 volt to USB converter in the back, and this external mic. GITUP did a Y lead where you could wire up the external mic and the camera and a power lead, which I did, and I used it in its waterproof housing. It's not waterproof in any way, the GIT2, so it had to be in its waterproof housing, which of course made the mic unusable. So I had to cut a hole out the side of the housing to lead the power lead through, and I used to seal that with like a blob of silicone putty to stop the rain going in. The radio, little aerial there, is for a little radio I put in it. Radio USB player that is down there. It's a marine, designed to go in boats. But it's a great little thing. It sounds okay, and you can play music off your USB stick, link into your Bluetooth to your phone and things like that. I've put some extra, put the voltmeter in, this power kill switch to all the electrics, microphone in the front, sat nav mount, and some extra switches to switch all the radio and stuff them, and 4 down there. So like I was saying, that's where I used to mount the GIT2, and I used to control it with this. It comes with a remote control that you can wear on your wrist, so yeah, I could start and end recording with that, which was ideal. Obviously you couldn't reach back while you're driving along to that, but an even better place is here. Now this was the place I tried originally, but because it is on a flexible Perspex windshield, it did vibrate a lot, and the GITUP's image stabilisation isn't anything like as effective as the Osmo Actions. So even on there it vibrated, and you got sort of like waves of slow waves of movement. It was weird. So that was a no-no. So that's where I'm mounting the Osmo for this test. We shall see how effective coping with vibration from the car and the windshield and the bumpy roads is very shortly. I'm using the new Osmo mount. I did have here a GoPro mount, because I started off with a GoPro 3 before the GITUP, and I've just come to try it. I was quite willing to leave it on the GoPro slide in. As you'll know, the Osmo has like a twist action to lock the mount on, whereas the GoPro slid in. But I've just tried to slide the GoPro in, and there was a lot of play in it. A hell of a lot of play. I know they give you a little rubber wedge thing to shove in it, but I thought I'll get it off. It was a pig getting the adhesive off, because this stuff, once it's stuck, is really stuck. But I managed to get it off, clean it all off with alcohol, and put the proper Osmo one on. So that's now peering over the top. I haven't done a separate review, but I have covered the front screen, the lens, and the rear screen with the very thin glass screen protectors. I'll put a link in the description, an Amazon link to them down below. They're really, really good. They're not like your normal screen protectors I've had before for phones, which are like a flexible plastic film. They just do not bend at all. They are very, very thin boron glass or something like that. They put on with no air bubbles. They were easy to apply. You can't even tell they're on. They're really good, and it was something like 60p plus £1.80 postage. It was less than £3 anyway, the whole thing, including postage, on Amazon from China. Took about 3 weeks, the usual, to arrive, but I was in no rush, and they've got on really well. So I can recommend the glass, the very thin glass screen protectors for that. Again, I'll put a little picture of the case they come in on this video, and a link down below. So that's the two camera positions. The Osmo Action at the front, the GIT2 at the back. The GIT2 only goes up to, as I think I said in the intro, 2K. I think it's 2K. So I've set, to make it fair, I've set them both at 1080p, 60 frames a second. And then it's a fair test between the two. So we'll do it with the both of them with the image stabilisation. As you know, the Osmo, they call it ROCKSTEADY. So we'll try it ROCKSTEADY on, then ROCKSTEADY off. And the GITUP, we'll try it with just their no special name, just the image stabilisation on, and then with it turned off. So let's get us started up and take it for a short trip. level crossing now, so this should be a good test. That is really bumpy, the entrance to my road. So there you have it. The results are in. What do you think? I thought I was really impressed with the stabilisation of the Osmo. Not so much of the GITUP. You could tell the difference between on and off. Sorry about cutting short the GITUP footage. The camera fell through 90 degrees about sort of like 2/3 through the video, so I've not included the whole run. You've probably skipped through it anyway, you don't want to see the whole run, but you could see the difference between image stabilisation on and off on both cameras, and as you saw, it was way better on the Osmo. So I'm dead pleased with that. I'm surprised how sort of bad the footage looked on the GITUP stuff, particularly at the beginning. At the end, it wasn't too bad as I come to my house and the skies had gone blue. The leaves on the trees appeared a bit crisper, but before that, at the beginning, it did seem quite blurred. I don't remember it being that way. But anyway, I won't be using that, so I'm not too concerned. It'll be the Osmo I use all the time now. So, like I say, I'll put a link to the little glass, and it is solid, it doesn't bend or anything, solid glass lens and screen protectors down below, and also on the description. When DJI decide to bring a microphone out for the Osmo, it'll be absolutely perfect. I left the sound off of both cameras, because all it was wind noise, just annoying wind noise. But once they bring out an external mic, I could pin that to me lapel here and do like a running commentary as I drive along, and ideal for bikers as well, and I'm sure they'll do that, which will make it a pretty perfect camera. But I'm pleased with it. I'm glad I got this one. I dare say the GoPro Hero 7 would have done probably just as well, but like I say, I can't tell because I haven't got one. But this was just to show, because there doesn't seem to be any other videos online of it being tested on the roll bar of a car. So hopefully it was some use to you. Keep visiting for more reviews, more tool unboxings, more whatever takes me fancy. Please, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll catch you for the next video as soon as I can. Bye for now.